Today is Wednesday. This is Wayne-Goldsboro Television. Hello, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good morning. Thank you for spending your morning with us.
And it's December 18th already.
I know.
Wow, moving along very quickly here. Have you got done all your shopping and
You
everything?
know, I'm getting close. I'm getting close.
It's the 18th.
I know.
You're a week away from Christmas.
But you know, you can't get it all done and then just sit back and relax. Who can do that?
I can't do that. You're right.
Me either.
And I don't like to do all my shopping at one time.
Oh, no.
I like to kind of wait till the last minute and then
Do
kind
you?
of work it out, you know, and then because when you're done shopping, to me,
What do you do?
what do you do?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I do like to do a little bit. Plus, I like to find special things for individuals, not just go out and say, okay, this one day I'm going to get all my shopping done, because I feel like it's not as well thought out and the gifts are not as personalized for me to do it that way.
Now, it is an individual thing. It
Yes.
depends on how you feel about it. It's your own choice.
That's
as to how you
right.
feel about it. Some people like to give gift cards
True.
for Christmas, and that doesn't take a whole lot of thought.
No, and you know they can then choose what they want to purchase
Then they
with
can
that.
choose what they want to purchase, and that's fine. That's fine. It's an individual
It is.
choice.
That's right.
All right.
So what's happening today?
Well, let's see. Who's on the program for today?
Let's see. On today's show, we
18th.
have Habitat for Humanity.
Oh, is that
We
the-
had a great
yeah.
interview. Let me see. Who came in?
It was Taisha.
It was Taisha Moore, the executive director of Habitat for Humanity. Such a
right.
ball of energy.
I know. I got tired just watching her.
She is fantastic and has
is.
great ideas. And coming in the spring, they have some really special things happening right here in our community. Hundreds of college students are going to be coming, and she'll tell you all about that later.
That is exciting.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I believe you had an interview about solid waste here in the county.
Whoa.
Whoa.
This is Tim. Tim Rogers is going to be with us, and we'll be talking about solid waste. And I bet you we should be so proud of our solid waste department. And I know how that sounds.
Yes, it does. It does sound odd.
It does sound a little odd, but you know what? There's a lot of things going on out there that are actually setting standards for the nation.
When you put it that way.
Well, yeah, it's very impressive. We should be very proud of our department, our solid waste department here in Wayne County, because they just do an amazing job. It's a fantastic staff. And anybody that's used the facilities, especially the convenience centers and the recycling centers, it's just you're always greeted with helpful suggestions. With the people who work in these centers are always trying to help. They always want to help you out. If you have any questions, they're approachable. And at the landfill, it's just, you wouldn't believe some of the things going on out there. And we're going to hear from Tim. He's going to tell us all about some of that here in just a few minutes.
So if we decide to clean out, say, closets or attics, we can take a lot of these things to the landfill.
You can take a lot of these things to the landfill. They can take automobile oil. They can take all kinds of paper. There's some paper that they can't take. Pizza boxes. You cannot recycle pizza boxes because it has oil in it.
That's right.
Tires, free. They used to charge to take tires. You can take tires out there now to get rid of them. You can take old carpeting and get rid of it. You can take old furniture, things that are broken. Just take it out and get rid of it. It doesn't cost you anything. Excuse me. There are some things that there's a fee, but
The majority of them are not.
No, Tim can work all that. Plus, they have fixed it so that you don't have to go into the back where you used to have to drive back in the back to unload something, and you don't have to do that anymore. Your car doesn't get muddy and everything. You stay on pavement, and you can take yard waste. It's great what they've done out there. And
So stay tuned, and Tim will give us some details.
yes,
right?
he will give us details. Oh boy,
Right.
I'm excited about that.
You got any birthdays for today?
Oh yeah. Let's look over the birthday. Guess who?
Who?
Brad Pitt,
How old?
50.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's 50 today. Brad Pitt.
How about that?
Golden Globe winning actor, producer. He's won 5 Best Actor awards for Moneyball in 2011.
Moneyball. What is that? Is that a movie?
That must be a movie.
Must be a movie. Where have we been?
I don't know.
Where have we been, Wayne?
I don't know.
Obviously
I don't know
not
where
to
I've
the
been.
movies.
Well, there was a movie called Moneyball in 2011, and he could not have won 5 Best Actor awards for that one movie. He probably won 4 that movie, but he's won 4 others as
Right.
well. Anyway, Christina Aguilera having a birthday, 33.
Growing up.
Yes, she is. Ashley Benson's 24 today. She was Abigail Devereaux on Days of Our Lives.
Okay.
Abigail's having a birthday. She is 24 today. She won a Young Hollywood Award back in 2011 with the cast of Pretty Little Liars. Spielberg having a birthday.
How old is he?
Oh, he's 67 years today.
Steven Spielberg.
Screenwriter, best known for blockbuster films such as Jaws, such as E.T.,
yeah.
such as a whole bunch of other stuff. Saving Private Ryan. Birthday for Katie Holmes, 35 today, Dawson's Creek star. Ray Liotta, one of my favorites, is 59 today. Kari Byron, 39 today, American TV personality, hosted Discovery Channel's Mythbusters. Roger Smith turns 81. He's another one of my favorites. He was on a TV, well, he's done a bunch of stuff.
Well, happy birthday.
And married to Ann Margaret.
There you go.
Has had a lot of health issues. Anyway, he's 81.
If it's your special day, enjoy and stay with us, and let's go to our interviews.
Let's do it.
Have you heard what's happening at the Habitat for Humanity in your community? Well, joining me today is Taisha Moore. She is the Executive Director of the Habitat-Goldsboro, Wayne County, and she's going to tell us more of exciting things happening right here that you can be a part of. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Well, we always love to talk with you all and find out about all the exciting things that you have and all the volunteers across not only our community, but many other communities that come right here to Wayne County.
Absolutely.
And participate. Well, tell us something really interesting that I love, and you're very much into the times by doing this. It's very much on target, I believe. I totally love it. About this new little event that's happening. That'll be going through the holidays.
Secret.
Yes,
you know our secret. Well, the idea is that 'tis the season, right? And so we've just finished that phrase. We say 'tis the season to be unselfie. And so we have a little hashtag going on, and that's unselfie. So we're asking everybody in Goldsboro and the surrounding communities in Wayne County to find moments where you're being unselfie. And so we have a lot of Habitat volunteers. We have people who come through our restore, people in construction, but also just people doing really amazing things in Wayne County.
That's right.
So 'tis the season to be unselfie, and let's show ourselves off as Wayne County residents.
Exactly. And for those of you that may not understand what selfie is, we'll explain that as well.
So a selfie is kind of the modern term, the Generation Y term of taking those photos, and you take that picture and you're getting yourself in the camera shot.
That's right.
People are doing it now all over the place in the car and in front of the mirror and totally being, a little bit self-absorbed about it. So we're saying, let's turn that thing around. Let's make it cool.
Unselfish moments. Unselfie and unselfish moments.
That's right. That's right.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
That you are really putting the spotlight on unselfish moments around our entire community. So we challenge you, everyone in our community, to take pictures of yourself doing and your family doing unselfish things.
Yes. And if you use the hashtag unselfie, and also if you're doing something Habitat related and you do Habitat Goldsboro, we'll be able to see everybody doing these really amazing things.
Wonderful, wonderful. That sounds great. You know what? And one of the things we can talk about, if you're not on Instagram and some of these up-to-date things, if you have Facebook, or if you don't, that's all right as well, but some of these social media sites, you can post those pictures there, and just so we'll know what you're talking about, just give a shout out to Goldsboro Habitat. How about that?
We'd love that. You can always find us on Facebook. We're just Habitat Goldsboro, and we stay connected, but we totally want to know what you're doing that's unselfish in the community.
And there's a lot of that.
Yeah, there's
a tremendous amount of giving back and unselfish moments that are taking place in our community. We know there are. We hear about it all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And you guys are doing a great job of really putting the spotlight on it and showcasing this.
Thanks. We're one piece of the puzzle, but we want to see what everybody else is doing too.
That's right. That's another way to come together.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit later than that, after the holidays, boy, do you all have your hands full. Tell us what's happening.
Yeah, we're excited about 2014 for a lot of different reasons. We actually have two groups with us, one from Pennsylvania and the other from Wisconsin, that are going to be with us the second week and the third week in January. And they're kind of kicking off this unselfish 2014.
Right.
So we're kind of just rolling it on into 2014. But they're going to come with us for what we call Collegiate Challenge.
Challenge.
So college students give up their winter break, their fall break, or their spring break, and they come do something. Usually you see college students lining the beaches, but these are students who come and they choose where they want to go. So we've made the pitch and we said, hey, we're doing these construction projects and we have projects going on in our restore. Who wants to come and help? And as it stands right now, we're getting filled up for January, and in March is going to be a whole nother story. We'll have to talk about that later.
Wow.
So we're going to be doing Collegiate Challenge, and our role is to house them and to feed them. And so we still could totally use people who are good cooks and will feed 30 or so people.
Wow.
But our job is to do that and to provide a really amazing volunteer experience. And in exchange, they give up their break. So they're going to come from doing schoolwork, they come right to us, get in vans, and then go right back and head right back to classes. So they literally give up the time that they
really are.
Yeah.
Well, you all did the same thing last year, and we showcased it quite a bit here on the show. And I was amazed with talking with these college students that were from all over the world.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how important community service was to them.
Yeah.
You know, and it really speaks a lot of their parents, their family influence, for them to be college age, but community service minded.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, and we don't script this. These are students who come to us with no prodding or training. We don't have a lot of interactions before. These are just people who are willing, and so we're really fortunate that we get a group of students who care.
Oh, absolutely.
And then when they come to Goldsboro and they love our city and they love our communities, we love that too, because in turn, you know, a lot of times they're working side by side with the families that are working for these homes.
That's right.
And so they know, they see the face, they see the kids, they see who they're working for, so it's not kind of this nameless, faceless project.
And that stays with them.
Yeah.
You know, those kinds of experiences stay with all of us.
Yeah.
When you're giving back.
Exactly, yeah. And we're really, really, really happy to be a part of that. I mean, whatever we can do, we've always said, we know what we do best. We build houses for people in need, and if we can take what we're doing and then be even more good, we'll do it. All day, every day.
Oh, absolutely. And you all do a fantastic job at that.
Thank you.
So, don't forget, right now 'tis the season to be unselfie.
That's right.
Selfish, that means. Unselfish.
Unselfish.
Unselfish. Take lots of pictures of yourself and your family. Post them. If you're on Instagram, you're supposed to hashtag unselfie.
And Habitat Goldsboro.
And Habitat Goldsboro.
You got it.
If you're on Facebook, you can put those pictures there. Just make sure you include something about Habitat Goldsboro, Wayne County. And if you don't have either one of those, you can still do it for yourself. Do it for yourself and your family. Take pictures and talk about 'tis the season to be unselfish.
Yeah.
That is so important. Thank you for bringing that out and making us really focus and think about that and showing what a fantastic community we are and we continue to be.
Yeah.
And then turning right around the corner, in January, we'll have a huge amount of college students coming to give up their winter break to come here to Goldsboro, Wayne County, build houses, give back, enjoy our community, and find out what Goldsboro is really made of.
Yeah, which is really amazing.
Yes,
people.
it is.
We love you, Goldsboro.
Yes, you love your volunteers.
Yes, we do.
And one of the things we want to remind you about is if you want to be a volunteer for Goldsboro, Wayne County Habitat for Humanity, you can visit their website or you can give them a call and find out more about how you can be a volunteer. It's on the screen now. They would love to have you. They're always looking more.
Yes, especially now when it gets cold, you know,
That's
our
right.
nature is to snuggle up and we say, no, come on out. We'll get you
Go outside and keep building.
Keep building and you'll stay warm.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. This has been
Thank
fantastic. And we want to find out more details about who all in Wayne County was being unselfie.
And we want to expose it.
Exactly. Thanks so much for being with us today. And this is what's happening at Habitat for Humanity in Goldsboro and Wayne County.
Today we're talking with Tim Rogers again, and Tim is here to talk to us today about the Wayne County landfill and some of the features out at the landfill. Tim is the director of that, and along with a fantastic staff, Tim and his staff have just done a great job of making our Wayne County landfill one of the finest in the state. And in fact, I recall you're telling me that some of the things that happen at the Wayne County landfill are not common among landfills across the state, or in fact, for that matter, in the country. No. We have some things here that are quite unusual and unique, and there are people who actually come to Wayne County to see how you do it, and you do it the right way.
Absolutely.
And we're very proud of our landfill here in Wayne County and the staff and of Tim, who's doing such a great job. I wanted to talk today about one of those features, and that would be our methane gas system that you have going out there. It's quite impressive. Now tell me, why is methane gas a problem in landfills?
Well, methane gas is something that's naturally produced and at all landfills. And if you don't have some way of pulling it out, it's going to migrate somewhere. I mean, it's being produced and it's under pressure. And it's going to find the path of least resistance, and you have no way of knowing where it's going to go, where it'll pop up. So it could be off-site. Luckily for Wayne County, we own so much land around us that it wouldn't be off our site, but some of the landfills in the state, it could. And they did have some problems. The first issue they ever had was in New Jersey, where it actually migrated off-site and ended up collecting in an equipment room in a ball field. And they ended up having a fire as a result of it. And that's when people first, this was back in the late 70s, they started thinking, hey, this might be a problem. So we have actually been collecting and had our system in since 2000. But what we were doing was we would pull it all to one central location in our flare, and that flare would burn it. And that's how we disposed of it. That flare burned it off. But we knew that way that we were controlling the burn. It wasn't going up, leaving the site. But we were lucky enough to finally find a company that could get the financing to put some generators in and actually produce electricity with that gas, which is obviously a lot better than just burning it off.
Wow, now that is fantastic. So originally, the danger with methane gas is that it is a fire hazard, perhaps even explosive.
It's very explosive, yes.
All right, and so when it collects in a small or confined area, then it's putting people at danger.
Absolutely, it's like propane or anything else.
So you're burning it off, and I remember seeing the flames out there as it was burning off, and you had the eternal flame going out of the landfill. It was beautiful.
That's right.
It was beautiful, but it was wasteful.
It was.
So you have taken and found a company who can turn this around and actually collect the methane gas. And I see the tanks, the big tanks out there at the landfill, and it's held within the tanks, and then it's converted to electricity.
That's right. That's right. They've probably invested close to $7 million of their money. I mean, the county doesn't have anything invested in it. They came in. It's our gas, but it's all their equipment. Now we had a gas system in place, but our gas system was really put in to make sure that it didn't leave the site. It wasn't a production type system, which is what they want to get every a bit of gas they can. So they've gone in and they put a lot of extra wells in. One of the type of wells they put in was the spider wells that they came up with. And, the first ones that were ever put in anywhere. And
this is a first for the country. And
that's right.
They went in here
in the world that I know of.
In the
I
world,
don't know them have anywhere.
Nobody else had them.
Yeah, this company actually has engineers that from Scotland that he does projects all over the world. He's doing one in Australia now, but this is the first place that it was ever tried. And basically, what they're doing is the old style well was like a water well or anything else. Your pipe went down in the ground, you had it perforated with some rock, and it was just a vacuum on it, and as the gas went to it, it pulled it out. But you've just got this one area that can collect the gas. So what they did is they put 8 horizontal legs out, about 15 feet deep, probably about 200 foot long. So it's collecting gas over the whole entire field, and it upped to production tremendously.
Wow.
And to where, we had 3 generators on site initially. They were going to run 2 generators and have a spare. As they're doing servicing on one, they could, you fire your third one up, so you have 2 running at all time. And they're actually producing enough gas now where they're going to order a 4th generator, and they'll have 3 running at all times. And of course that helps us because we do get a revenue off of that, as well as the benefit of them, because they do keep the gas system up. So any type of maintenance or anything, or any new wells that need to be done, and those spider wells, some of them can be around to $300,000 to put those in. So it's
but we're not paying anything for this.
We're not paying anything.
Wayne County's coming out. We're
absolutely.
In fact, everybody's winning here.
Everybody is. Exactly.
Everybody.
Exactly. And we actually found out by lowering the pressure in the landfill, by pulling more of that gas out, it's helped us in other areas. We have, a landfill produces methane gas, but it also produces, you've got all this moisture and liquid that's in, and plus your rainwater.
Right.
And it goes through the garbage, and it's leaking out on your slopes, and you're constantly fighting that water. but by the field not being under pressure, it's not pushing that water out either. So we're not fighting that as much.
Wow.
We really found out that was probably one of the biggest benefits that we didn't even think about, that would be a benefit from it. But that was something we were all the time working on these breakouts, you know, trying to get them stopped and get it repaired and, you know, regrass it and, you know, get your vegetation established again. So, I mean, it's really helped us there too. And that saves us a lot of money. So as far as how much it's saving us a year is twice what we're actually getting off of revenue. So it's worked out great for us.
That is great. And just think, Wayne County, North Carolina was the very first in the entire world to put this process in place.
That's right. We have, you know, and when we started recycling years, you know, 20 years ago, counties would come down and see how we were doing it, because we were one of the first counties to really start doing that, to try to be more proactive in collecting glass and metal cans, aluminum cans, and cardboard and mixed paper, plastic bottles. I mean, we were one of the first counties to really start doing that. Right. And we still have counties right now that do not have a program in place. Wow. So we were way ahead of most counties, and there was a lot of different counties came down to model their program after ours. So we've been really proud of that. You know, we've been very proactive over the years in a lot of ways.
Rightly so. We're very proud of that. In fact, we have been ahead of the curve for quite some time.
Absolutely.
And I remember when the recycling program started here, there was some pushback.
Absolutely.
But I think since then, people have learned, you know, this is a good thing.
Yeah. Well, when we started, it was a new thing, and you had some people that were for it, some people didn't think it was that big a deal, but since then, I think the awareness now, you know, there's so much more awareness now of recycling and why we should do that. One is, you know, a sale costs $5 million, and you know you've got a 22-acre sale. It's $5 million, and the cost of operating that sale, there's no need to fill that up with anything that doesn't have to go in there. If we fill it up in 3 years, we've got to spend another $5 million. So why not make it, you know, last 15 years?
Sure.
You know, if we can.
And you can do that through
recycling. That's how we do it. And that's the reason we started recycling carpet. We started recycling shingles. We tried to be proactive on anything we can to keep it out of there. And we've, you know, when we started, this is our third sale. When we started our first sale, they estimated that our tonnage we were getting in, it would last 5 years. We were in it 8 years. Right. That's due to the recycling and the improvements there, but also some of the operating that we do. I feel like maybe I know we're getting a better compaction rate than a lot of the counties are. And of course that helps. The more you can compact in there, the more you can put in there, and we're very conscious of that. We work very hard to make sure our compaction rate stays up. And I think that's really helped too. But really, if you look at the time we were in the first two sales, the third sale was free. If you think about it that way. So I think that even though they've estimated when they first did the initial plan, the 3 sales of 35, 40 years, I think we could double that. I really do.
And that's mainly and primarily due to our recycling efforts.
Recycling and the way we compact it in there. That's right. A lot of effort been put into that on the best way to do that, to get absolutely the best compaction we can, and we check that. And so we're very proud and we're pleased with the way we've progressed out there. And I just want to say that all of it is due to the staff at the landfill. I mean, I don't think anybody that goes out there could say they're not a professional staff.
Well, they are.
They try to treat everybody with respect, and we know when you come in, even though we're the county, you're still our customer. You know, so when you come in, when you cross the scales, we want to start there, very courteous, and we want you to have a good attitude that you're happy to be there, because we want you to come back. We don't just say, well, it's so aggravating, it takes too long. I'll just leave it, or I'll throw it in my woods, or I'll leave it in my backyard, or I'll throw it in somebody else's backyard. I mean, we want you to dispose of it and dispose of it the right way.
Well, I have been to the landfill many times, and every time I go, it's a good experience. I have never had a bad experience, and everybody I've ever talked to, they all have a good experience at the landfill. It's easy, it's simple, you've got everything laid out, and you don't even have to get off the pavement. I mean,
Absolutely.
everything is, you're on concrete to throw your recyclables away. You're on concrete to put in the old carpet area, old tires. Don't you take tires?
We do. We do.
Take tires now. Years ago, nobody ever did that.
That's right. Yeah, we do that, and like I said, we've got to drop off up front. So if you've got, you know, just garbage or your clean field, you know, if you've got something you're C&D that you need, you got some bricks you need to get rid of, whatever. We've got a box up there. You can back up and you can put your wood, bricks, concrete, anything you want to put in. You do not have to drive on the actual working face where the equipment is, and there's two reasons. One, if it's muddy, if it's rained, it's going to be muddy, and people don't want to go down there and, you know, and get in that mud. And I understand that, and I wouldn't either. But another bigger reason is the safety concerns. You go down and you're not familiar really with where you're going, and you could get in an area you don't need to be in. Well, and you've got big equipment back there moving back and forth, and it's just no need of you being down there and having to fight all that. We let the large dump trucks and transfer trucks, they go down there, but if you're in your pickup, we want to keep you up front, we're keep you away from that where you don't have any issues, safety or, you know.
And it's clean and it's safe, and it's everybody out there. You have a great staff. They're all pleasant. They're all happy to see you. And I can't understand why, but they are.
They are.
Tim Rogers, Director of the Solid Waste Department here from Wayne County. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it.
And we're back.
Whoops!
You snoozing over there?
Yeah, I'm half asleep over here. Hello. Yes, welcome back.
That's right. Taisha she is a mess. We really enjoy having her come on the show. She just wakes us up.
And you're so right. She is such a bundle of energy. And she gets excited. She's passionate about what she does.
It's fun to work with people like that.
Yes, it certainly is that.
Wayne, I was going to tell you, I went to see a Christmas movie that my mom talked me into the other day, and it was one that I had not heard of. It's called The Christmas Candle.
Okay.
If you have not seen that movie, you need to check it out. It's at the movie theaters now.
Okay.
It is a beautiful story set in the early 1900s.
Okay.
It is a story about a very small town and the special things that happen in that small town. And it's really fun to watch them go back in time and watch the way they dress and the way they speak with one another, their mannerisms. Like I said, at first my mom had to talk me into this movie because I thought, maybe not.
Yeah, right.
But it was really a beautiful story. So, and it's a family story.
Is this a new movie?
Yeah, it's a brand new movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Christmas Candle.
It's out at the movie theaters now. It's just a great movie to take your family to, and a really good message right here at the holidays.
Oh boy. Okay, The Christmas
Candle.
Do we know who's in it?
No.
Actors?
No, I don't remember their names.
Oh, okay.
I didn't pay attention to that.
But I bet they are.
But it's really good.
Actors.
Yes. Yes.
What do you think? I bet they're actors in this movie.
I bet there are too.
Not in every movie, but in this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're right.
Oh, well, not necessarily. I mentioned this yesterday. The 8th Annual Eastern North Carolina Gang Conference is going to be taking place at Mount Olive College, and I have word here from the East Point that some of the people that are going to be involved with this, Detective William Wolf of Fairfax County, Virginia Police Community Resources Division, Kelly Harrison's a special agent with Homeland Security Investigations, Elizabeth Marshall, a PhD, Associate Professor and Criminal Justice Coordinator at North Carolina Wesleyan College, Karika Yarborough Smith, Human Trafficking Program Manager, North Carolina Coalition Against Sexual Assault, and Sandra Huerta is also going to be one of the speakers as well. These are all top-notch professionals and experts in the field of gangs and abductions and that sort of thing, sex trafficking, human trafficking, which is becoming, and I cannot believe it.
I know.
It's becoming a real problem.
It's horrific.
Who would have thought?
Well, do you need to register for this ahead of time, I would assume?
You do need to register. There's a $10 fee, and you need to register. You can contact Dildra Jessup with East Point in Lumberton. Now, if you want to get that information, you can contact Mount Olive College at moc.edu. Get the phone number there. And they also have an announcement about it on their website. But I'm going to give you a phone number here, 910-272-1246. 910-272-1246, and that is in Lumberton. But you can call the college and they can give you information about that as well.
Exactly.
About the 8th Annual Eastern North Carolina Gang Conference Workshop, January 3rd. Okay.
Don't forget Jingle in the Park this weekend, 4 to 8, Herman Park. Love to see you there if you want to have a special evening with your family. It is all decorated up, many thousands of lights. It looks like a winter wonderland.
All right, and very quickly, we want to tell you that this Friday will be our last program live
That's
for a while.
right.
After that, we're going to bring you some. We're going on hiatus again.
Hiatus.
That's what I mean. We're going on hiatus again, and we will be back in the early part of January.
That's right.
Until then, join us again tomorrow, which is Thursday, by the way. We'll be back Thursday morning here, beginning at 7 o'clock, and then repeating throughout the day. Until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.